way, but everyone had counted this team out. Everybody did, except for themselves, and they believed in themselves, and they brought it back. And keep in mind, they beat teams that they had lost to earlier on in the tournament. So just, immense props to this team to be able to bounce back, hold your heads up high, because that is not an easy thing to do.
Well, gentlemen, it's so lovely to see you, and thank you for joining me. But you're not the only two people that I want to hear from this evening. I want to hear from you at home. That is right. Get on your social media, open your Twitter up, because please talk to us about who you think is going to be winning tonight's fixtures. What's the game you're looking out for the most? Get on Twitter. It's at HCS, and the hashtag is HCS London. I mean, it's going to be an incredible event, and we want to know what you guys think. So now it's time for game one. We thought it was only right to kick off the stream with the reigning HCS champions and the conquerors of NOLA, Splice. Standing in their way, though, and bringing that Latin heat, it's Berserker Esports.
Slayer. Game over.
Splice versus Berserker. Well, I mean, looking at that matchup, I would say it's definitely in favour of Splice. There's no brainer about that for me personally. But Berserker at NOLA were absolutely phenomenal, and I'm sure that they're going to continue that momentum, that winning streak on, and play to their best in this tournament.
With the LATAM scene as a whole, one thing to take into account is that they're very, very aggressive, and you've got like 4 brilliant aim stars. That's what they've been known for the entire time. But we never saw that strategic element side to their tacticians and how they actually push out. But one thing to take into account now is that I think they've kind of found an answer now, and they want to continue from what they left off. Of course, their last placement before that was top 16, top 12, got top 8. So, and one thing to take into account is that they've actually made a lineup change and they haven't got bullets. So we'll have to see if that affects them in any way as well.
Well, let's have a talk about their roster with Splice, because the Splice roster, it's special. It's one of a kind. We haven't really seen a team come together like this and be so unstoppable before. We've got Eco, Renegade, Shotzi, Stella, Shotzi being that young god. I mean, if I was good at anything at that age, I'd be rich. I mean, actually, wait, he is rich. No, gentlemen, that roster is the one to beat. Carl, what do you make of it?
I mean, this is one of the rosters that makes me never want to compete in Halo, because you watch what they're able to do, and thinking back to all the great talent we've had over the years, none of them
Do I get on Team My
to
Mom?
what we see
I'd like to
shots
be
do
on
on
Team
a
My
consistent
Mom.
basis.
That'd be sick.
Looking
Gotta
at their
do it.
winning streak at the moment, first place
I
is,
didn't hit it in there.
I mean, is it going to
Slayer.
end? Is it
No,
never?
I didn't get the switch.
Do you see
Oh, well.
them dropping at any point? Do you see any other team
Lost the
in the
lead.
tournament, in the world right now, that's going to
Dude,
be able
picked up
to
all the fucking
bring
grenades.
the level of their gameplay up to this?
It's going to be quite a tough one, because in terms of dynasties, they do last for quite a long time in Halo, even like 2 or 3 years. It's in the tops, back-to-back world champions at one stage. But Splice, they've won so many events in a row now, and it's really worrying us to think what they can do. Tox, who's like the next team behind it, they're the most
Bullshit!
probably
Come
one of the
on.
greatest teams on the circuit. But the fact is that Splice kind of like fish him out like it's nobody's business. It really makes you worry, and makes you think, well, what else? Like, what other team can actually take him out at this stage?
Of course, well,
Horse shit.
we're going to talk about Berserker, of course. Looking at their roster, it's obviously Latin American team. We've got Axo, Drift, Magico, and Noble. For me personally, I haven't seen too much of these players until NOLA. I mean, they really did come out of the woodworks and they performed to their best. But against that Splice roster, I mean, surely it's going to be a little bit difficult for them to really make a mark on this game, this next game.
It's going to be aggression versus aggression, basically. The only difference is the fact that we're going to see who's going to get off to a good start. Splice, we know what they're like. We've seen them enough times. They're very slow at getting into things, especially on a Friday. They kind of quite chill. It's like they try and get to the swing of things. They make top 8 teams look like they're nothing. But now it's going to be one of those situations where we'll see how quick Berserker get out the gates. If they are as aggressive as they normally are straight off the bat game 1, but it's very difficult to say if they have a chance against Splice.
Yeah, I mean, the great part is there's nothing to lose for them. They can, go down and pool play here, but if they win this series, it's absolutely insane. If they lose it, they were supposed to lose it, and they're going to get so much experience and practice. This is something we've talked about years and years and years, that the European scene has lacked that talent to really kind of practice and hone their skills again, so when they come up and face the North American teams, they just get demolished. So this situation for this Berserker Esports team, in my eyes, is a win, no matter how it goes.
Well, guys, we need to discuss what's going to be happening in this matchup, because I think a lot of sometimes it goes one way because of the map. We've seen the close games. I mean, we've seen them before, and sometimes it is down to a personal preference of the team. Let's take a look at it. Right, so we've got Eden Strongholds up first, gentlemen. Either one of your favourites here at all?
I mean, I like it.
Oh, you like
I mean,
it?
it's okay. Yeah.
But I think it's a little scary though because you know who else likes it? It's gonna be Smoke.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. Maybe if it was Empire or maybe another map.
Got Refuge stay there as well.
Been okay, but Refuge it just has splash written all over it. I can imagine them getting the 2 snipes and finish things off. And even on Fidget Oddball, they've got some fantastic counter strategy to actually complement any team.
I mean, Oddball coming in, I feel like teams still really haven't found their stride in their game type yet. You know, got CTF though, we love that one.
Got caught up.
But that Oddball, I mean, we've seen Toxic struggle with that in the past as well. What does it take to be a good Oddball team?
I mean, ball rotations is the biggest key.
That dude's a
It's been
dick,
like that since
man.
Halo 2. A lot of teams are
How's he get every fucking
successful at
time?
it, other ones constantly
Ridiculous.
going for play balls and moving around and things, but there's a big change here, and I think there's so much that they can do, but we counted Splice out during NOLA in that oddball game. They're not practiced, it's a new game type. Practice got this. What actually happened? Splice could have dominated.
And I think one thing to take into account as well with Fissure, normally you would say it's more rotation based, which is absolutely true, but Fissure is one of those maps where it's all rotation. You see some strategies, even at NOLA, it was very, very premature, it was very messy. And the one thing to take into account is the fact that with Fissure, there's only 36 spawn points and there's very few grids, so they can easily spawn behind. And one thing to take into account is that every time they're trying to attack in any way, shape or form, make sure to take out that top red and top blue, take out anyone from the door and then just punish straight away. But I'm interested to see how these setups and strategies have changed compared to NOLA to now.
Perhaps I should
This is what it does
use
to
a controller.
But I want to discuss something that we're bringing to the desk today. We love predictions, guys. We absolutely love it. So, what we've got, we've got a prediction.
Fucking
tally.
bullshit.
We've got a
Blue team's
competition
indestructible.
happening between us, gents. So we're going to be predicting exactly
It's like they have more
what teams
power.
we think are gonna
Bullshit.
win each game. And then obviously it'll be
Bullshit.
the game at the
Fuck.
end. Who's winning
Bullshit.
now. You either win or you lose. We're going to try and find the king or queen of the prediction table, guys. So it's going to be interesting. I think predictions are always interesting to see someone's personal opinion and preference, but of course there has to be a punishment for the loser. Obviously, the punishment for the loser, they have to stand
What?
at the top of the Gfinity Arena stairs in the tunnel and shout, "I'm the worst qualified for my job at this event, and all of my colleagues are far superior than I will and ever can hope to be." I mean, does that not sound fair?
I don't know about that. Well, if I'm not last, then yeah, that is fair.
That's a good way to think about it, too. I mean, you know, I think Mark made up that, or, you know, Onset made up that line, and I think I saw him organically say that before, too, so, you know, we'll see how it plays out, but I'm pretty confident.
Well,
I'm not gonna be
let's look at the predictions, shall we? See what the casters have actually put down first. Obviously, and myself too. Wow! I mean,
I think there's
you know,
something
it's
wrong
a
with
real mix of opinion there. You know, a real mix of opinion. You know, I'm seeing Walshy's really decided to go a bit rogue here. So's Onset. You know, obviously, it's a difficult situation we've got. The server versus Splice are just, they are the team that everyone's looking at right here. So I just don't think anyone's going to be losing this first round. I don't know about you guys.
I didn't get any of those.
All I can say is that if one of us comes last, we are the
man.
worst analysts on the planet, pretty much, to say that we are probably on the worst at a chance in fairness.
I mean, I would love to see it happen, don't get me wrong. Spice is obviously going to bounce back regardless of a win or a loss here, but Berserker, like, we saw them play extremely aggressive. We've seen players be able to take over games and really make an upset. Of course, we all predicted Spice to win. I would have loved to see who thinks Berserker's going to pick up the game, because that'll be really big telling for them. So we'll see how it plays out.
Well, I am the gift that just keeps on giving, guys, because I've got a rec code for you at home. It's a gold rec code, and the rec code is jet lag, because, I mean, America, I'm sorry, it's going to happen. Jet lag is real. We've all experienced it. I've experienced it coming over to America quite a few times, and so have our EU team. So we'll see how the boys handle that one. It's not the only thing we're giving away right now. We're also giving away an Xbox One. So if you do want to get involved with that into the competition, then please see the information below. I would love to win an Xbox. Oh my goodness. I mean, how great is that? You don't have to spend any money. New Xbox, fantastic. I mean, guys,
Don't have to spend any money except the taxes at the end of the year.
I've had one since day one, so I think it's getting a bit flimsy now, and I think I need to get another one as soon as possible. So.
I waited waited in line for my Xbox 360. Did the same thing for the Xbox One.
I'm gonna get that
Like,
right
literally.
Day one
pack,
back.
even though I hardly ever play.
Well, that lucky winner at home, I'm sure there'll be a very, very lucky person at the end of this. But, gentlemen, we're leaving each other now. It's time to get into game one. And I'm so happy to present your two casters for the first part of H6 London. It's Onset and Bravo. Gentlemen, please take us away into this amazing tournament.
Thank you, Lottie. And it is finally time
It's going to be great.
to get our first match of the day underway. And what better way to start it? We've got two stories to talk about here. On one side, you have the 4-time champions now, looking for the 5-peat. How many teams can say that they've even attempted that in Splice, going up against a team who made history at the last event for their entire region? It's a great matchup of teams here and great matchup of stories as well.
It is. I mean, Berserker, like we said, I said during New Orleans, right? That was a historic event for that region. Latin America is kind of the region that's discounted, right? That not a lot of credit is given to them. Not a lot of people expect big things from Mexico and LATAM. However, for them to come into that event with such big talent and come away with that big finish for their region is huge. Now, of course, this match right here, we're kicking it off on Stronghold Team, is not going to be really the test for Berserker. We're going to see a lot from them, but here we
It just changed to shoddy swords.
It's been a little while since we've seen these guys play, and we know how amazing they are at Halo 5.
Well, let's get into it. As you can see, game already loading in the background. A historic moment here. The first game of the first
Oh, no,
ever
this is different.
international Halo 5 tournament here in Europe. And we're underway, and we're starting off with the man who's impressed everyone, and he's starting off hot here with Renegade.
And those are the kind of starts you expect, right? I mean, some of the best players in the world are on this team.
Sniper
if not the
free-for-all.
4 best players in the game right now, and you're going to expect
Let's
them to
try
have
that
those
out.
really strong openings, and they look way too comfortable already off the break.
Yeah.
Alright, first thing that happened, spawn
Shots,
die.
you can see that. You're going to move across the map, pick up the rockets, and this is the last thing you need if you're on Berserk in esports now. You need to get yourself off to a start where you feel a little bit comfortable, but two of his teammates are going to drop here. However, Stella picking up that double kill is going to allow Shotzi to get the help from Eco there. 2 kills on the board, 2 strongholds in their hand as well, and it's looking like this could be an early triple cap, as well as a beautiful penalty coming in from that young man.
And he finally goes down, but if you've been watching Shotzi play, that's exactly what you expect to see, right? He'll be flying off of those staircases, landing just damage on a long-range rocket, right? And then coming around to get another kill, just racking up sequences of kills. Every time you expect him to die, he's going to stay alive and string together more.
And that was a perfect example of what it's like to play against Splice there. We were momentarily on the point of view of that, so two of his teammates, Phil, what do you know? He's getting hit by 3 different kills. He has Renegade flying at him straight away. So difficult to combat.
And I think momentarily is going to really be the name of the game for all of the players on Berserker, because their average life in these matches is going to be real quick. Once again, Splice did not travel. This is the furthest they've traveled, of course, for a tournament in history, right? All the tournaments they've won have been on North American soil. But to come across the ocean to prove that they are the best in the world, joining them so many teams from North America as well as Australia and New Zealand, they didn't come here to mess around, right? This is the tournament they came here to win, and they're showing it.
I think it's a really good point you've made. I really feel like Splice are taking this tournament. They want the fight. They really want to take this one seriously. We saw them entering that 2K, the last 2K, dominating Tox in that grand final as well, which must have been really demoralizing for the guys on Tox. And I mean, just looking at the score right now, talking about being demoralized, 56-0 Berserker. They're really up against it here.
Yeah, we just had Overshield and Camo Pops. They're going to keep an eye on both of those. You'll see the first grab goes in, second grab goes in as well. These are the 2 were split.
What the fuck? Why Xbox?
Didn't get that overshield, but on the hands of, I believe it was Splice, who managed to get that shot. We got some points on the board here for Berserker, so they managed to get control of the power-up. Now they have control of a couple of those strongholds, and Splice are the ones who have to make some moves.
Yeah, as you were saying, Shotzi can get that kill as well. But this is a moment right here in this series. Like
What?
we talked about just before the series kicked off, this is not a moment to prove
Huh?
necessarily. Kyle,
What?
better on the desk. They're able to take a game that's huge, but what they need to do in this series is really collect themselves. They're playing against the best team in the world, who has proved time and time again that they are perhaps unstoppable. Even when they lose a grand finals first series 4-0, they bounce back and they win the tournament. So they need to just really focus on getting their stuff together. This is a long tournament. Berserker can prove a lot here if they can take down a lot of the top European teams and even North American teams. So they just need to really get in gear here. Don't panic in these games and just get some points on the board. Really get into the flow of the tournament.
I like what actually Splice did there. They realised they didn't get that overshield, and they allowed the guys of Berserker to get control of the map for a moment while they focused their attention on taking out that overshield player. They completed their task, and look at them now. They're scoring once again. 71, 72 making now 2-11. Shotzi, Renegade, Eco, and Stella are starting out the tournament exactly how they would have wanted to.
And when you guys at home are watching this Splice squad, when they're playing in a grand finals match against a team like Tox, they do not panic. So you can expect series like this that they're going to play so cool, calm, and collected. One of the big trademarks of this team, and really any team, especially in Halo 5, if you can really keep your cool and stay on the same page, it's going to make a huge difference on the scoreboard. The second you start panicking, things are going to snowball, and you're going to start to lose games in a big way.
And now we're watching the new pickup for Berserker Esports. Magico joining the lineup. I believe he replaced Bullet, who is teaming with the Fantastic Love, another team that's here in London at the moment. But at 80 to 16 at the moment, you can see Splice. At the moment, it feels like they're just playing with their food a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to use these rockets to get this overshield as well. Should be popping up.
Yo, come on, I should have got that one.
Perfectly timed. Look at that execution from Renegade. Knew to bring those rockets in. Doesn't even take his eyes off the overshield. Maybe even watching a teammate screen to see exactly when that player's going down. The overshield kit makes it look way too easy. Great opening for Shotzi with his second consecutive camo. Really strong performance, of course, from Splice. He came out with so far.
Yeah, scary thing for any team in Halo is going up against 4 members of Splice. Give him a camo, give him rockets, and overshield. You're not going to have a good time. The party is going to be a sour one, and you can see at the moment. Great decision making here from Shotzi again. Saw that he didn't have to contest that stronghold. Lets it go away for a moment. Picks up the kill. Teammates coming, pick up kills, walks around the corner, gets the double. He's going to get the easy reconversion of this blue bend here with the help of his teammate.
And it's great route selection, right? Bouncing around to make sure it doesn't appear right away, doesn't become too visible. Avoids that grenade, comes around and flanks right there into the bend and picks up those 2 kills. You're going to continue to see this from Splice. These guys do not make mistakes. They play very disciplined Halo. And that's the reason that they rarely see them even losing a lead in a game.
There it is. That's going to be the game pretty much done and dusted. The first game of HCS London is going to go to your 4-time champs. Splice take game number 1.
That's what you expect to see, but we got to also talk about on set. Right around 22 points on the board for the Berserker side. So, right, there's a few different ways to lose a stronghold match, right? If you're playing against Splice,
Oh, that was sick.
100-0, a lot of teams. They're going to maybe win the game 100-2. But
They did it to Tox.
the final of the release. But I have to say, a respectable open from Berserker. We didn't see a lot from them. However, they certainly didn't just get steamrolled in that game number 1. We'll have to see what the rest of the series holds.
Yeah, the rest of the series is going to be an interesting one, and I really just want to talk about Splice a bit before we get into our second game of the series here, because this is the most focused I've seen them for a while. I had the opportunity to sit down with Eco and Steph before the tournament got underway, and we filmed a great little piece, and it really does demystify some of the things that us guys have been talking about as analysts, as commentators about Splice. You know, they don't practice and all of this. It debunks all of it. I think there are lots of people giving them credit for. There's a reason these 4 gentlemen on stage right now have won 4 tournaments in a row, and I'm really excited for everyone at home to hear from the horse's mouth, so to speak, exactly how these guys approach Halo 5, how they approach tournaments, and how they have been so successful.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, these kids are the kings of Halo 5, right? 2.0, you can say, right? I mean, we did not think that we would see Tox, the longest standing Halo roster, fall. And not only have they fallen at this place, but they are the best time to do it. It's amazing to see what they're doing here at this event, especially to watch them around this weekend. It's going to be great. But on the Berserker side, today it's their first time here in the UK. Of course, they've traveled a very long way coming from Mexico as well. But curious to see what they can do, specifically because, right, they had to take down a European team to get top 8 in New Orleans, which is a huge deal. And I don't think a lot of people.
There we go.
Certainly did. So curious what they're going to do.
It worked.
I don't think a lot of people realise that. You know, the top 8 kind of went under the radar a little bit for a long time there, and yes, they knocked out a European team to get it. I mean, that's
prior to New Orleans, unheard of. You would not think that you would not put any top Mexican team or Latin American team over any of the really top teams in Europe, and they did it.
absolutely not. And I'm sure that Europe's going to be looking for revenge. But our game number 2 is about to start. 2 sniper rifles on the map. Refuge is your map, and the game type, of course, will be playing to 50 kills. Keep an eye out for the sniper rifles. Of course, the rocket launchers bottom mid. We're going to get Berserker Esports on the love to start here. We're going to start this one.
Here's seeing the drift us here on the decision to fly into Ren right away to leave that sniper rifle. Sniper rifle shots are already
Finally
going.
comes over though.
Oh my gosh.
3 pistols just.
I hit him.
And he was not barely even exposed there, right? He's hiding almost
Sorry,
on
I'm
his
like
ring.
preoccupied with trying to do this. I'm about to get wrecked. I hit him too.
But Magico needs to stay alive with the sniper rifle if he wants to really have any hope off the open.
Yeah, I think he's done a good job here, but just as I say that, Renegade, he changes my mind very, very quickly, and now you can see Berserker are already having to fight for control of the map. They're fighting difficult battles already. They lost that sniper rifle, and Renegade, you can see already with a sniper rifle starting to hit some bodies.
Here's what's going to be so difficult about playing a team like Splice here. Splice is going to be so confident, of course, not expecting Berserker to put up a huge fight compared to Splice's skill level. So Splice is going to be playing.
Where's
with
the
that
one?
knowledge. They're going to be taking risks they don't normally take. They're going to be
My
flying. They're
packs.
going to be going for no scopes they maybe wouldn't go for.
E3
So it's such a
2018
dangerous
mix.
mindset for Berserker to be
Bot
going up
classic
against
helmet
confident
wreck pack.
Splice roster even more confident than usual.
Yeah, one
take
real
that.
respect here.
One-handed kill, baby.
So Renegade backed up to Hut, kept the sniper rifle in their control because we know
Oh, nice.
really
Nice.
snowbally runs of 5,
Put
10,
that,
15
yeah.
kills if you lose control of both sniper rifles. So Splice, even though they're playing well in this series, they've started out hot, playing into the team.
Yeah, it's not out of hand yet either, right? Still only down by 4 here for Berserker. Now, if I had bet on this, I probably
Take
would have thought
that,
that
too.
Splice would have had an even more dominant opening. Very good pressure from them here as well.
I'm looking to where I
Berserker
can enter this word.
a little bit of a fight here early on in this game, and showing that their performance in New Orleans may not have been a fluke. Pretty good opening for them, only down by 4.
Renegade just punched into the moon there.
Positions.
Looks a little bit stronger than they
Bypass, save changes, close. Bypass, collection.
10 seconds
Remain as well. Unsurprisingly, goes in the hands of Shotzi, and such a dangerous player to have, though, is going to bring him straight up the ring free to lock down this area.
Now, this is the position that you want to control if you're
Oh,
watching
man.
Refuge for the first time.
Just
of course,
leave
when
that
it's
shit
been-
go, I
it's
guess.
been a huge part of competitive Halo, and it's history. Those Rockets have always been able to pick up kills. Shotzi picks up one, manages to drop the shields of another player as well, and now he's trying to keep his teammate Eco alive. Great play.
I wonder.
They can't quite finish the kills until Noble decides to jump back out. And look at the pressure that's being put on from Shotzi here. And here comes Stella to try and get involved in that fight as well.
Yeah, he's going to pick up the kill, so it's great collapses. But I have to also say, at the same time, some really good pressure in back rocks. When you're going up against players that are pushing you from a jump-up window and ring 2, you're also getting shot from the courtyard pillars. The fact that Berserker's a team that can really play their
I'm gonna go ahead
angles
and
still pick up a kill
connect my
there,
controller
it
and get into
shows a lot
this.
about how they're playing this, and then making sure that they team shoot whenever they can.
And you talk about little things that Splice do. Shotzi, that little jump up to ring 3 there. Halo 2, you ain't doing that. Halo Reach, you cannot make that. That's the little things that separate this team. That's what seems to make them feel like they're playing so fast. Those little tiny seconds that they save getting around the map.
Unknown
He just stifles you
device.
as a team. And look at this Renegade with the sniper rifle again. Oh, surprise, surprise, he actually missed one.
You don't see that often, folks. Usually those shots are going to connect when Renegade pulls the trigger, or even when any of these players here on Splice does, they're going to connect with those shots. But what you just said, Mark, is really interesting, of course, as we take a look over here. Rockets coming up in a...
Oh, it works, so what else? Small King. BR Swords, PvP. I'm gonna go for King. I'll play some King.
30. Great look for Wonderboy to take a look at exactly how that
And I got my
battle
controller working,
is playing out.
so
Game, of course, getting a little bit out of here now in terms of the score as Splice has entered a comfortable place, which you
Even
might
better.
expect them to do here. But what I was going to say on set was, a lot of times we talked in the back today about how Pistola controlled his movement so perfectly and really defined him as a standout player. You can say now, of course, Ola still having that same skill in Halo 5, but you can say that Splice is on another level. All 4 of the players just really controlling the specifics and the nuances of their movement as they move around these maps.
They are mechanical geniuses. That's the way that I see it. Getting around the map in the quickest way possible. Saving so a slither of time. And so the Rockets now. But Stella has a sniper rifle of his own. Puts the power weapon to use.
Oh yeah, get out of my
Renegade.
get out of my mansion. Bye bitch. Bye bitch. I didn't get a kill for that.
And look at the pressure that they were in, right? Abso trying to make something happen. I mean, he's checking out to look at P-Shooter can barely even get a rocket off before getting slammed, and then also double team and falls immediately. So even if they lose control of rockets, right, the pressure that Splice is able to apply from any angle is so great.
Just about to say, if we can another example with Stella, is he has the sniper rifle. Coming under fire here, tries to quick stun win, and that's the first beautiful shot we've seen in London. Magico, unfortunately, on the receiving end of it.
And that's another characteristic of that Splice gameplay when you have a sniper who's in back rocks getting pressure from the jump-up window, still able to take that shot.
How do you do it sometimes? Atso has the advantage, he has the first shot, and Shotzi just hits the 5.
Where did the shot from?
On the analyst desk, I would absolutely hate to compete against these guys because, you know, even if you're up in a battle, there's a very good chance you're going to get embarrassed and it's going to be on stream. So very lucky that we were here at the booth simply enjoying the gameplay because it is so difficult to challenge these guys' shots and showing.
We were talking about how this game was close at one point, around the sort of 15 kill market. Look at it now, 44 to 28. Splice just exerting their dominance here on Refuge, and a scary sight for anyone who's watching this game, maybe in the group, some of the other higher seeds thinking they're going to have to match this performance here, but some rare shots missed again by Renegade. But the thing is, Andy.
Aw, dang, I was hoping this thing would blow up, so kill them all!
Might even somehow stay alive, but Trips is able to pop in there. Like you said, 46 pretty much just a few more kills here before Splice is able to do this. But Berserker, they avoid the stake again, still getting a good number of kills on the board.
Nico now having to back down, Drift trying to challenge and clean up that kill. Does a good job here, and there have been some signs of good hate coming as well.
Excuse me.
This one
Man, I've been in the hill for 5 seconds. I didn't even know it. I didn't even know it.
Who are going to be bringing you all of the angles this weekend. But, I mean, Renegade, he hasn't been too hot with the sniper rifle yet, and that is what is known as the commentator's curse. He is so out of midair. Going to be challenged again, and here's the confidence, but unfortunately, he might have been a bit of a rogue team grenade there.
Off of the jump up off of the wall back onto the jump up the line. Not too happy about that, but won't really change the end result here. Unfortunately, and Renegade making some words on that one here. But take a look at the score, 49-38. In the end, now 49-39. So an okay result for the guys that were circuit. But Splice, they close out game number 2 pretty comfortably on the book, 2-0.
Yeah, it was a fairly comfortable game. That wasn't the best of Slice. I think we have to admit there. You know, solid teamwork, movement around the map. Maybe the shots just taking a little bit of time to warm up here because we're so used to seeing just phenomenal shots and you know, crazy angles in those sniper rifles. But a solid performance on the other side of things from Berserk, like we said, showing why they managed to get 8 plays back in place.
And that game, 50-39, if I really wanted to take a look at those stats, I think those stats are padded just a bit because you'll remember it was about 48, maybe 35 or so, where Splice gave up a few kills that in a very different scenario probably would not have ended in the way that they did. Still, Berserker has to be feeling okay, Splice looking comfortable. I think really what came down to it on set is once we saw Splice get that real first ring control, Rockets in the hands of Shotzi up on ring 3, then we start to see them get a comfortable 10-kill lead. And at this stage in the tournament, Splice is going to be absolutely just fine, maintaining a 10-kill lead through a Refuge Slayer.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. And one thing that came out of the conversations that I was having yesterday with Eco is he doesn't care what the score is. He does not care at all what the score is. None of the 4 players on this team care what the score is in any game they play, as long as they win. They could win 50-48. They're happy with that. They don't see a need to go back into that game and win it 50-40 next time they play it. As long as they win, they're happy.
And what's so interesting
Check out some of these custom maps. H2.5 Delta Tower.
How they might perform that tournament. I
Let's check out Delta
triggered down
Tower.
rosters where I
Oh, see now, if I go into here,
winning
it's
series
like
3-1 that we should have been winning 3-0.
Double map.
I could kind of feel it, and I knew that that tournament was going to be a certain way, right? Or there's other times on the same triggers down teams where if we dropped game 1, it wasn't a big deal. With Splice, you have no idea how the tournament will go based on how they're performing, right? They may be dropping games you don't expect. Their early results are so hard to predict. All we know at the end so far is that they're going to win the tournament.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Eco said it himself in a pre-London interview that we had with him. He was saying, look, if you can't beat us on Friday, by the time it gets to Sunday, there's no chance you'll beat us, right? Because Friday's the first time we're playing together again. We've got to get used to each other again. 4 of us sat on the stage, and it's going to take us a little bit of time to just get that ball rolling.
Did the other one do that too?
That was
I
the
didn't
first
see
time they
it.
dropped a few games on day 1. I think they dropped a game in every single series on day 1 back in New Orleans. But as long as they're winning, they're happy.
Taking a look at the scoreboard so far, 100-22 on Stronghold Team, 50-39 on Slayer Refuge. But game number 3 going to be oddball on Fisher, first ball game of the tournament. And a lot of people were down Splice, like they talked about on the analyst desk, in these new game types in New Orleans. But Splice answered that question pretty convincingly. Expect them to be pretty strong here in this ball game as well.
Yeah, last time I actually saw Splice on this, it was against Tox in that grand final, and there were 3 or 4 players who went disappearing off the map a few times. So let's see if maybe they've got the balance a little bit better this time as we do go into Fisher oddball. And like you say, it's no surprise here to see Splice maybe close out this series 3-0, but a strong start here from Berserker.
Okay.
A couple of kills on the board.
It's gonna fail at
Allow
first.
them to
Download,
maybe get that ball, but a great play ball there. Coming in and early lead here actually in the hands of Splice, but all the kills going down to Berserker.
Yeah, right there, it's a good drift. Saw maybe on
Oh
that
shit,
kill,
look.
was able to pick up a double, which of course in a game like Oddball, where you do have a centrally located ball, as long as you have someone in position to grab, opening double kill is really going to let you get some early control, but Splice was
yeah, that's going to be 3 hit if Renegade turns around and challenges that battle when he's no shields. And look at the fear he's just put into Atso. Renegade was no shields whatsoever to come in. Turned around, took the battle, and backed the player up. Insane stuff from Renegade.
Shots is going to get this hold on. I mean, how many times have we seen on stream, right, a player challenge a Splice player who's weak across map and get taken down? It's not a good look. You're going to become part of a highlight reel. You need to be careful on how and when you challenge these Splice players.
Oh, it's like a rocket launcher. It's tight.
Grenade from Atso is going to make life a little bit more difficult. 3 players fall here for Splice, and most importantly here for Berserker, it's going to be some more time on the clock here as we see it in the hands of Drift.
Taking a look here, there was only 1 dead momentarily for Splice, so all players up. That overshield's going to be coming up in 36 seconds, so at this early stage in the game onset, expect that next overshield to really be a turning point compared to when we first saw Shotzi with those rockets.
Oh, somebody joined in.
That could be a point where we see Splice really come away with a strong lead as Drift tries to stay alive, for example, or it could be a very different turning point. So that's the exact thing to place up that overshield.
New Orleans to here in London. That rotation across from the attic down to the tack and through to the next one. Where your teammates respawn, that's what Stella was trying to do there. Run that ball away from the respawners, try and get it towards his teammates respawning, but it's actually going to be Magico on a little bit of a tear here, and you're actually going to see Berserker Esports going to lead.
I like what I saw from Magico there. You'll notice he got to the base very quickly, did not hesitate, flew in, found the second player in the basement, had help there as well. It's going to give them a little bit of a lead here.
One thing I've seen twice though from Berserker Esports here that they need to work on. When they're playing ball, you don't need to jump off the mat. You don't. They don't need to jump
play
off the
yourself.
mat. Don't play yourself.
You're
Play the
only
ball.
playing yourself. Don't do
I
it.
still haven't got to hit a grab
Play
lift
the ball.
or
I see it too many times as well. I've seen it
lift
in
out the
many
base,
games.
whatever.
If you can, just toss the ball off and keep fighting. Trust me, it'll end up a lot.
Berserker Esports though. Let's talk about the score, Andy. Bottom right hand side of your screen, 55 to 35 at the moment. They're doing a great job of scrapping up ball time and holding off some of these pushes that are coming in from Splice. But Shotzi with a double kill here is going to open things up. We're on board with Stella though, because he's going to be working with this ball carrier now as Renegade picks up another one. That's going to be 3 players falling for Berserker Esports now. I want to see how much time they can rack up once here. They've pretty much got a full sweep of all the players now.
Throw a hammer though?
What's this setup going to give them?
And as we know from so many matches that we've seen Splice play, and what Berserker needs to do here is
Oh my
play
gosh.
a nearly perfect Halo as Splice starts to line it up here, but they need to play nearly perfect Halo to make sure
Motherfucker.
they don't let Splice start to run away with the lead here. So their pushes are going to need to be textbook. They're going to need to be perfect. By the way, Overshield coming up in 10 seconds.
I love what I'm seeing from these guys Shotzi here. They're just baiting in this player who's in the red tack at the moment. And actually a cheeky flank comes into there from Magico. That was magician-like from Magico appearing behind Shotzi to take him down. It looks like the other members of Splice are going to concentrate on that overshield. Renegade manages to pick it up, whereas Eco decides to go for a swim.
Yeah, it's going to be a stellar grab on that Overshield, able to pull away with that. So Splice making sure to be disciplined on that next drop. Didn't really like how close this game was getting as they lose the lead again, but you can bet Stellar's going to make sure he gets the
I committed suicide? What?
Teammates are going to try to clear out the
By using the grab lift? Give me a break. Bullshit.
No! He gets taken down. Splice has got to be quicker, collapsing on those players there. It has allowed all of Berserker to respawn.
Oh,
Now
man.
they have more difficult battles, but luckily,
He's trying to snipe me.
the skill these guys have, they've managed to pick up those kills, and you're going to see them moving on that one pretty soon.
If I've learned anything, it's to give Splice the benefit of the doubt.
A Spartan laser? Is that what that is?
Exactly when they needed to push, but Berserker put up a pretty good fight in the end, though. His Splice comes away with the ball. You can bet in just a few moments, probably tied up this game.
Close game though, Andy. As the series has gone on, the game's got closer and closer. Keep an eye, and as I say, Splice don't mind being close as long as they win the game and they do go back into the lead here. Now it's going to be Drift from Noble. Great shots though from Eco to back it down. Now you're in a 2v2 situation.
Suicide.
Where the push is coming from the DMR.
Hopefully not.
One
We'll see.
weapon that we're going to see a lot of use as well as that carbine. Great not only for those cross map shots, the sort of platform to platform
No.
shots, but the two
Let me
shots
make it.
down up close.
Just let me make it. Oh no.
Renegade and Shotzi tries to fly in to get a touch, but yeah, very close. One of the things we got to talk about outside the court is one of the big differences, and this could really be playstyle. Oddball is one of the game types that sits a little bit outside something like a Slayer or a Flag. Kind of sits in the same bucket as a Stronghold in the fact that playstyle is going to be a huge factor, right? A team that is maybe outskilled, outslayed, can still win a match simply due to how these two teams match up. And right now, like you said, we played 6 minutes of Halo here, and it's still pretty close between these two squads. So Berserker doing something.
Really are. They first in across 100 point mark here. Shotzi's coming in here. Almost gets the triple kill, but the great shots there from Noble, the perfect to take him down, means that the map is now opened up and it's going to be Renegade moving in bottom middle. That's his second overshield in a row. He just about manages to get it. Rift almost caused a problem for him there, but I mean, that's going to be an easy double as Renegade lands the left hook to take down that right hand.
Drift has got to be devastated there. And you saw that grab, of course, the fraction of a second of invincibility that Overshield provides saved him from getting backwhacked, which of course would be an instant kill on the Overshield. Could have been hugely upsetting, but Splice is going to pull up with just a little bit of a lead here by about 13 seconds.
Now keep an eye on the kill feed. See if Splice can pick up these kills, get in positions to stop these pushes coming across the map. But look at that, just like that, 2 players again fall from Splice. It means the rotation is going to be attempted and it's going to force a play ball here from Splice. Great pressure, great plays coming in from Berserker.
Pretty dead for a second there for Splice, and they'll have to see if Berserker can convert on this. Next Overshield's not for a minute, so Berserker, if they want to get back into this match tied up, they're going to need to really get a few
I
snakes
see you in there.
Next Overshield rotation.
It'll be interesting to see what Splice can do here. I'm not sure if this is the best play in the world. If he gets the play ball, it might be a good ball, but no, it doesn't. Unfortunately, he saw 3 of his teammates dropped. He had to make a play. He tried to get that ball off the map. Talk about playing ball, Andy. We talk about how impressive and how
kills come in there. 4 Berserkers, so not only got 2 dead for Splice.
10 points left.
Curious to see exactly how this goes around. They're going to have to try to stay alive. Great route from Renegade.
Yeah, he does get taken down. That ball's going to roll off the map here, and you can see Stella in position to try and pick that ball off the respawn. His teammate is going to be working with him here. Shots, he fantastic long-range pistol shots here to back down those players on the landing. This is fantastic shooting here coming out from Shotzi. Melts magic come off a bit as well. Now it's going to be the 1v1 with Vanzo. Drop the grenade. Vanzo, great route though. Great job staying alive there. Way of helping the team.
Help did come from across, so that's going to delay what I thought. I thought we were going to see Shotzi bust out the top mid, trying to run away with that ball. Like you said, only 5 seconds to go for them to win, but we have a little bit more of a rotation to see exactly how this plays out.
That's an interesting play there. 3 players fell from the third respawns there. The last player decided to come in, try and get the play ball, and now Stella's trying to get away. If he gets around this corner, this could well be game. This could well be the Stella finishes things off for Splice, and they win the series 3-0. But a great performance in that final game from that representation.
And Splice only outslayed their 66 to 52. It's the strongest slaying performance we saw from Berserker all series long.
There's a ghost flying.
Especially if you did not see Berserker Esports in New Orleans, may have been a surprise to you. It's a trio in the end for Splice, but a lot of times when we see the best team in the world throughout history, right? If we watch a team like some of the best Final Boss rosters, some of the best in-state rosters, you expect to see their series won, you expect to see a mopping. But Berserker Esports putting on a decent show for us in this first series. You can bet that's not going to be the last we see of them this term.
Yeah, absolutely not. We have to remember though, all that's going to go down in the history books there, Andy, is the first seed in the group battle against the second seed in the group, and it is going to mean that a 3-0. A 3-0 is a statement in my opinion for this place. We talk about how they start off tournaments slowly, but 3-0, they're going to be more than happy.
They're 22 and 10 from him in that game, I believe. And his final numbers is plus 12 performance on the other side. It's going to be Hanzo there who leads his team with 14 and 11, but Eco stepping it up. Keep it in mind, they only outslayed, like we said, 66 to 52. And you have Eco going
What?
plus 12, right? So being the big difference maker.
Where'd the flag go?
That last game. Once again, though, Splice is staying really cool, really calm towards the end of the game.
They laugh, that's why.
It was tied right around 100 mark for a good bit. But Splice is able to take it down up too much.
Yeah, I mean, they never get clutch on Splice line. They're always cool. They're always
Man.
calm. It's what sets them apart in those tight
Let's have
games.
fun.
Their ability to stay calm, even when things aren't going. Even when players are falling around them, or someone might make a mistake, something like that. They're just so good at just staying.
Okay.
Exactly to get that W.
Oh, shit.
There. I mean, like
Okay.
we'll remember
That's it, and especially when even right, if we're thinking about Sunday, what we're gonna remember is they had a really strong opening.
Yeah.
We won't remember the back and forth because I think one of
The
the hardest
pit.
things about Splice, especially when you compare them to other historic rosters, is there were ways to get under like different roster skins, right? There were X Factor players that maybe weren't going to perform as well when their team started to get down. You don't see any of that on Splice.
Oh.
They make the right play 9 times out of 10. Usually it's actually 10 times out of 10. We don't really see them make bad decisions that lead to them even losing any games in a tournament.
So what do you have to do to beat Splice, Andy? I mean, it's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, they just seem mechanically superior at the moment to most players. Aggression-wise, it's really tough. Very quickly, what they got to do.
I think if you look at a team like Tox, they need to look at what they did in that first series in New Orleans, and they need to figure out how to repeat that.
Do it again. Do it twice.
Just do it. They've done it once. Just do it twice.
All right, Andy. Well, that's the first series of the day done. A Splice with the 3-0 sweep. We're going to throw it back now to Lottie and the guys on the desk.
They slowed down the pistol so it acted more like Halo 3.
I'm not going to say I told you so, but I told you so. Amazing performance from Splice yet again, but I just don't want to put the limelight on them right now. Berserker. I mean, they did continue that momentum, that gameplay that they had, that fierceness that they brought to Noda. I mean, to say something, 66-52 on a Slayer against Splice. I mean, wow. You guys must be proud of them, surely?
I'm not really too sure what to say actually in that match because at the start we were thinking, oh, okay, maybe we can get something going here, but there's a lot of mistakes they were making. For example, there's a lot of the time they didn't get some power-ups. Splice did a really good job setting up in different ways, a few more ways I didn't expect, very fast, quickly, and they were just a lot more aggressive, but Berserker were just laughing at themselves when they're down 0-2, so I think they kind of predicted as well as we did, but yeah, it was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like the mindset going into
That's
events when you're
legit
going up
shotgun.
against the likes of a final boss, a Carbon, and things like that. You're like, I mean, come out here, take the game, make it close. We don't want to get blown out. That's exactly what they were able to do. Just kind of hang in there.
Well, lads, before we get too deep into this analysis, I do know that a certain gentleman, Dan Gaskin, is actually
just doing one thing. It's winning interviews with Shotzi. It seems to be happening a lot. This would be your 5th event win in a row if you were able to do it. Is there anyone you're kind of worried about? Is there anyone you think might be able to stop you, or you guys just...
This looks more like the Halo 1 rocket.
Really confident. We don't really have a... Or don't really care.
Alright. I'm gonna go play Halo 1.
Yeah, I don't know. You just don't care if anyone's gonna stop you. You're just feeling that much. Like,
Played some Halo 2.
you guys now, 'cause you seem to stop.
That was fun.
You seem to pummel through everything.
Let's
I
go
know
check
in a
out
recent
Halo 1.
interview with Eco, I believe he was saying you get better from Friday to Sunday. Whereabouts on the Splice level were you in that series just then?
Pool play matches, we try to take practice a little bit serious because we don't really practice, but basically, yeah, we're just like 50% in that series.
That's pretty scary for any other team watching. And I mean, as you said, pool play is extremely important. Do you feel like you're going to be focusing heavily on pool play throughout the rest of these games just to try and get some of that practice? Because what is it about you guys not practicing leading up to events? Because I've heard that event after event, we haven't really practiced that much. Is it a bit different this event? Have you practiced a little bit more?
I definitely have been practicing because I stopped playing Fortnite because I played Fortnite way more than Halo. So I stopped playing Fortnite, and then my practice is just Money 8s, Arena, Money 2s when I can get some. So.
Well, best of luck with the rest of the tournament. Give some love. I know you're in the bathroom. I can see you in the bathroom. So we'll let him go to the toilet. Lottie, back over to you on the desk.
Thank you so much. I mean, when you gotta go, guys. You know, it's one of those things. It's nature calls. Well, I'll tell you what also does call 50% apparently. They're playing at 50% in that series, they've said. So that's terrifying for everybody else. Do you think that's true, or is that just them being confident as usual? What do you think?
That is definitely true. They're not going to show them.
You gotta exit and then go back in.
Winners finals,
because it had to start in safe mode for whatever reason.
And yeah, it is very worrying because Berserker are a very, very aggressive team, and they're not someone you want to little lightly, you could say. But they just made it look as though it's just another day in their business.
And I haven't tried the controller with that, so
Yeah,
I
I mean,
might end up
there's
doing
definitely
that.
some truth to it because Splice, we talked about before, maybe struggled on some of the earlier days, but it's not so much as struggling as they try as hard as they need to win. And I think that's what we're seeing there. So that was absolutely not the final form of Splice that we can see later on. And I think Tox can attest to what exactly that team can bring. So they did well. They were definitely trying. Obviously, they're shooting well. It's not like their shot is at 50%. I'm going to miss 50% more shots than I normally do. They're still perfect people, but they are not trying their absolute hardest.
They're not showing their true colours, their tactics. They're all hidden away. Talking about hidden away, you know, their routine in terms of practicing with 2K scrims, it's just non-existent. I mean, we haven't seen that really before in Halo. But yet they always come out here, and it seems to be like it's a personal team advantage for them to do that. I remember Shotzi saying, like, that's just what we do. You know, that helps us. We play worse if we scrim, and we get worse if we scrim, so therefore they just don't do it. I mean, looking at you boys, you've both played Halo before and you've both been pros. Would that have affected you if you're on a team like that? They were like, yeah, we're just not going to practice.
If someone said that to me, and I would be like, well, you know, you've got to practice. It doesn't matter how much raw talent you have, but if that's actually true and they don't practice and their talent is so good and so natural to them that they can actually, you know, just go here anytime they like and actually win an event, but it's crazy. But it's like Shotzi said before, it's like, you know, he's actually focused more on Halo now. He's actually been practicing a lot, which is very, very worrying considering how good he is at the moment. And then makes you wonder how far he can go. Yeah, it is worrying, but them saying they don't practice that much and stuff like that, I don't know, maybe a little bit of a lie?
Well, I mean, they definitely don't scrim too much as force. I mean, that's for certain. But they definitely play some Halo, and the skill is insane. Like, it doesn't just happen like that without putting in some good amount of time. And, you know, fortunately for them, the time that they put in the beginning of the game before they were winning all these events is absolutely stuck with them and carried on here. You know, it was always scary. Tox was the most skilled team and the most practiced team, and it was the recipe for success for them. We're seeing the tides turn a little bit, and we're seeing these new, younger, the next generation of players. Keep in mind, Shotzi wasn't even competing or at the top of here, wasn't even old enough to play when Tox and them were winning.
I don't know, action button?
It is really interesting to see amazing overall play, and it never comes out.
Well, talking about the
Okay, we'll try that.
earlier with Gaskin, but we've got a replay package.
See how that works out.
Guys, talk me through why he is such a special player, especially at a young age.
It's more of the fact that it's his damage dealing as well. We see someone with high mana damage and so consistently is one of the top first and second players in their team. That just shows how
Let's hang him high too.
switch as well. He's always the most aggressive. He's plays. This this guy will just literally go anywhere and do anything he can and somehow get away with it. A lot of players will be watching his screen and thinking to themselves, well, you know what, when I do what he does, I don't get away with, you know, a 1v3 situation or try and get away from a certain outcome. And it's kind of those situations where you think, how and why does he do it? And, you know, there's a lot of reasons for that.
I think I did it right.
Trial and error so well and so correct. But it's got to a point now where the reason why he said he doesn't practice that much and then he'll maybe come back on again after is because he remembers it. It's just now muscle memory for him.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even say enough about this kid. Ever since I saw him play in the beginning, he reminded me of the next Pistola coming out and competing. Like what he was able to do, Ola, I'm talking about now in Halo 3 and on, you know, it's just incredible, and he was unlike any other player, and that's how I see Josh now. He's just unlike any other player.
It started spawning behind us.
Movement, probably the best. His shot probably could absolutely be the best as well. His sniping is insane. His teamwork is there. I don't know exactly how well his communication is, but he's listening. He's reacting. So whatever it does, the team, the chemistry among these four individuals is definitely at the very top.
As a young player looking at Shotzzy, he's got to be quite impressionable at the moment. You know, he's very young. He's coming into a stage in his life where he probably looks up to his peers, especially older pros who probably he thinks, well, you're pretty amazing. You've had an incredible career. So, do you think that his success is down
Oh, come on, dude. I didn't get no kill for that.
Or is that just natural?
I might be lagging.
I think it's more natural.
That could be a thing.
You know, some players, when they begin, it's kind of one of those things where they may look up to pros with inspiration or motivation, but his motivation
I do feel a little lag.
to the best he can. And he's shown it multiple times out. In so many events, he's won in a row, and it's very questionable as to how we can stop not just him, but just the entire team. You know, back-to-back events now, making Top look like they've not played a game before sometimes, which is, you know, quite phenomenal. And they are the next dynasty now. They will be like this for a while, but it's only Top who can stop them. And now with Shotzzy as well, now that he says he's practicing a bit more, you know, that's a scary thought considering how well he's been doing for the last year.
Would you say Shotzzy is up there with some of the OGs, the best Halo players you've seen so far?
Okay.
I mean, I was saying this earlier, like, a lot of times you could imagine, like, if we were to go and join a team right now and play, where would we finish? I mean, I still get online and play fairly well sometimes.
Oh, yeah?
I think I could break into the top 8. I think I could actually...
You could break into the top 8?
I mean, I'm 30 years old now. I don't have time to compete and play, and I'm someone that needs practice to get on there and compete.
Well, you couldn't be on Splice and they'd be kicking you out straight up.
I think you can swap out players. That team, like, you might be able to swap out a player and still actually win the event. That is how good they are, and that is absolutely insane to think about. But Shotzzy, like, when I watch him play, I think, like, God, I do not want to play against this kid. He is too good. Everything that he does is better than I remember doing it, even when I was winning events. So,
dang, everybody on blue team?
Take it to the next level, and, you know, we're this far into Halo 5, and we're seeing players still be improving, get better. You know, the meta was still developing. Obviously, the introduction of new maps, new game modes, all that plays a factor in all
Hang
this.
'em high.
That was going to be the downfall of Splice. We were completely wrong. It's not that.
What interests me though is when you think about it, them as a team, they are so unstoppable at the moment. They're like a hurricane, you know, they're like nature's force. You just cannot seem to beat them. But why? Why is that? You know, they don't see
Why can't I pick this up?
They don't see how other teams play against them. They don't get that practice that maybe other teams crave to have.
I can't even pick it up
So
with
they
the
don't
keyboard.
really know what's going wrong, even though there really isn't much going wrong.
Oh, this is zombies?
How are they doing that? You know, what is their playstyle like that says to other teams, well, you're not having this series, this series is mine. It's pretty impossible for teams to get on top of them.
It's their raw individual skill. You know, there's multiple ways you can say individual skill. You can say, you know, their pistol shot or how they move. But,
Oh,
you know,
snap, wizard.
as well, like when you go from Halo 4 to 5, Halo 4 was more about the team how and the individual skill was a lot lower. Halo 5 has increased a lot, and it's given a team like Spice a kind of shine a little bit to see how things go. But it's just amazing how they've got so much talent in multiple different areas. There's like probably about 15 or 20 different ways to explain how good their individual talent is in so many different areas. But the fact that they excel at like all of them is like remarkable, and it's worrying to think that, you know,
Nice.
it could be like this for another year.
Flamethrower.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary though, because when you don't practice, you are leaving the door open for people to come in. And there's only a matter of time before we see the next Shotzzy. Keeping in mind, Shotzzy, in my eyes, was the next Frosty. You know, so we're seeing that kind of development and new players being introduced. And Shotzzy Renegade, like we talked about swapping out a player, let's keep in mind the first event this Splice roster won, or Splice Morg won, was with a different roster. Two different players, Booba Doobu and Shooter, was talks and won the event. So it's not like it just takes.
Dude, I
this
guess
perfect
I burnt
combination.
myself.
They've had it for a long time.
Well, I don't know about you guys and the folks at home, but I need a cup of tea. So we will be back shortly, just after this quick break. We have so much action left.
Bro,
See
come
you.
on. Rigged. Zombie now.
Do you know what my job description is? I'm in acquisitions. I catch what falls out of the sky.
Okay, so that's what this game is.
Should I be worried? Riley. I think you know what is on the ship. The ultimate.
Alright, I think I'm done. I'm gonna go chill for a bit. Get some more coffee, stuff like that. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time. Peace.